Hello, this is Dosanjh from CipherCloud Professional Services, and I'm here today to share with you one of our case studies for one of the largest telecom companies in the globe. They had a requirement to take their information to the cloud, which allowed them to consolidate all their disparate tools and really gain scales of economies when you start to look at a centralized view. So that first use case they had was to consolidate all their disparate tools and bring them under one umbrella. And what they selected with our partner Accenture was to use the Salesforce cloud to build that application. Number two, they wanted to protect that data as it went to the cloud. And there they introduced CipherCloud, where we would actually look to protect certain fields that they had selected that met their compliance and other audit requirements. And we had selected 100+ Salesforce fields to protect. Number three, they really wanted to scale their operation to other locations outside of this first iteration of this consolidated view. So they looked at their app exchange partners, they looked at other ecosystem vendors that could become a part of this solution, and they wanted a flexible architecture that allowed them to obtain that goal. So the first thing they looked at was their users in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and they had 40,000 of them that they wanted to have access to the cloud. They had several other 100,000 more users in other global locations, but they really wanted to start with a subset first and see how they could meet these requirements. They had 100 fields, as I mentioned, in Salesforce. The green ones here depict the clear text data. It could be a first name, last name, things of that nature. And then here we have something in red where it has gone through the Salesforce, the CipherCloud gateway, and that's protected with an encryption policy. There, that data will become, it could be a combination of characters, numbers, email addresses, things of that nature, where we look to encrypt those fields and have only those fields available to users who are actually viewing it through the CipherCloud gateway. In this case, 40,000 users would have that information in clear text. Anybody outside of that view, a la these folks over here, the global users, would see encrypted text. So there are very few companies around the world that could take on a challenge like this when you have the largest Salesforce deployment in Europe and you're consolidating information from around the world. You have partner teams from Accenture that have 100+ folks that are designing the application. You have support teams in Germany, in the Middle East, in India that are helping to make sure the infrastructure is scalable and actually can meet the SLAs as all these users are going to the cloud through the CipherCloud gateway. And you also have integration teams that are looking to really map to third-party applications. So you have to have an understanding of the application itself as it was being designed. You have to have a real deep, granular understanding how infrastructures are scaled around the world to consolidate all this traffic from all these different corners of the globe into a CipherCloud platform that allows you access into Salesforce. And then you really had to look at the turnaround time, the response times, to make sure that user experience wasn't compromised.